If you're watching this, I need you to do something for me. After this video ends, I need you to find your childhood diary. Your old notebooks. Anything you wrote as a kid. And I need you to read it carefully. Because 3 weeks ago, I found mine. And I'm about to show you why I haven't slept since. This is my handwriting. I can prove it. Forensic analysts confirmed it. My parents confirmed it. But I have no memory of writing a single word in this diary. And that's not even the disturbing part. The disturbing part is what it says. And what it means about who I really am. My name is Alex, and I'm 28 years old. 2 months ago, my mom asked me to clean out my childhood bedroom. She's selling the house, the one I grew up in, and needed me to go through my old stuff. But then, at the bottom of my closet, behind a loose panel I'd forgotten existed, I found it. A diary. Green fabric cover. My name written on the first page in my childhood handwriting, Alex Morrison. Age 10. Private. Do not read. Here's the thing, I don't remember keeping a diary as a kid. I asked my parents. They didn't remember either. My mom said, "You hated writing. You barely did your homework." But there it was. Dated from January 1, 2006 to December 31, 2006. An entire year. 365 entries. Not a single day missed. I sat down in my childhood bedroom and started reading. And within 10 pages, I felt this wrongness. Like trying to remember a dream that's slipping away, except in reverse. The handwriting was definitely mine. I compared it to my old school notebooks. Same weird way I drew my A's. Same slant. Same pressure on certain letters. But the content. Let me read you the first entry. January 1, 2006. Mom and Dad gave me this diary for Christmas. I promised I would write every single day this year. Today we went to Grandma's house for New Year's dinner. Uncle Mark was there. He did the thing again where he stares at me when no one's looking. I don't like Uncle Mark. I don't have an Uncle Mark. I never did. Both my parents are only children. I called them to confirm. No Uncle Mark. Not even a family friend named Mark. But that's just the beginning. I spent the next 3 days reading this diary cover to cover. And with each page, the wrongness grew. The entries describe a year of my life that I don't remember living. Not just forgot, I mean these events never happened. But they're not random. They're detailed. Specific. Consistent. Let me give you examples. February 14th. Sarah gave me a Valentine. She drew a heart on it. I think I might like her. But Mom says Sarah's family is moving away next month. I never knew anyone named Sarah in elementary school. I checked my old yearbooks. No Sarah in my grade. No Sarah in the entire school. March 3rd, I fell off my bike and broke my arm today. It hurt so much I cried. Dad said crying is okay sometimes. The hospital gave me a blue cast. Everyone at school signed it. I've never broken a bone in my life. I have no scars. No medical records. Nothing. April 15th, today we went to the aquarium for my birthday. I wanted to go to the science museum, but Mom said the aquarium was better. I saw a shark. It looked at me. I think it knew something I don't. My birthday is in April. But we never went to an aquarium that year. I specifically remember my 10th birthday, we went to a baseball game. I have photos. My parents confirmed it. But here's where it gets weird. Really weird. Some entries describe things that did happen. Real events. But with wrong details. June 10th, last day of school. Mr. Peterson gave us all certificates. He said I was his best student. I don't want summer to end already. I did have a teacher named Mr. Peterson. It was the last day of school. But he wasn't my favorite teacher, Mrs. Chen was. And I hated school. I couldn't wait for summer. It's like this diary is describing a parallel version of my childhood. Similar, but wrong. Like looking at your life through a distorted mirror. At this point, I had 3 theories. Theory 1, someone forged this diary as an elaborate prank. But who? And why? And how did they perfectly replicate my 10-year-old handwriting? Theory 2, I have severe memory loss and genuinely don't remember this year. But that doesn't explain the events that contradict documented reality. Theory 3, something else. Something I didn't want to consider. I decided to investigate. Forensically. Scientifically. I needed to prove this diary was either real or fake. First, I took the diary to a forensic document examiner, someone who testifies in court cases. I showed her samples of my childhood handwriting from school assignments. Her conclusion? It's a match. Same writer. Age progression is consistent. I'd testify to it. So it wasn't forged. It was really written by 10-year-old me. Next, I had the paper and ink analyzed. The paper dated to 2005 to 2006. The ink was a common ballpoint pen from that era, showing appropriate aging and oxidation. The diary was real. Written in 2006. By me. Then I did something I probably shouldn't have. I contacted a hypnotherapist who specializes in recovered memory therapy. I know. Recovered memories are controversial. False memories can be implanted. But I was desperate. I needed to know if these events happened and I'd somehow suppressed them. During the session, she asked me to remember January 2006. To go back to being 10 years old. To access those buried memories. And I did remember something. But it wasn't what I expected. I remembered writing in a diary. I remembered the green cover. The feel of the pen. The smell of the pages. But I wasn't remembering the events I'd written about. I was remembering the act of writing. Like I was transcribing something. Copying. But from where? And then I remembered something else. Something that made my blood run cold. I remembered not being alone. After the hypnotherapy session, I went back to the diary with fresh eyes. And I started noticing things I'd missed before. The entries weren't just describing events. They were describing feelings. Thoughts. Internal experiences. And they were getting progressively darker. July 22nd, I heard the voice again last night. It sounds like me but older. It tells me things. It says I need to write everything down or I'll forget. I don't want to forget. August 8th, Mom asked why I talk to myself in my room. I told her I don't. But the voice is getting louder. It knows things before they happen. September 15th, the voice told me that I'm not the real Alex. It said the real Alex is somewhere else. I asked where. It wouldn't say. September 15th, 2006. I remember that date for a different reason. That's the day I woke up in the hospital after being in a coma for 6 days. I was in a car accident. September 9th, 2006. My family's car was hit by a drunk driver. My parents survived with minor injuries. I had a traumatic brain injury. I was unconscious for 6 days. When I woke up on September 15th, I had some memory issues. Some confusion. The doctors said it was normal after head trauma. It would clear up. And it did. Mostly. But here's what I never told anyone: when I woke up in that hospital, I felt wrong. Like I'd been gone somewhere and had to remember how to be me again. And according to this diary, a diary I apparently kept for the first 9 months of 2006 but don't remember, I was already feeling wrong before the accident. Let me read the last entry. September 9, 2006. The day of the accident. Written hours before it happened. The voice told me something bad is going to happen today. It said I might not wake up. And if I do wake up, I might not be me anymore. It said someone else might wake up in my body. Someone who doesn't remember being me. I'm scared. If you're reading this and you don't remember writing it, I'm sorry. I tried to leave you clues. I tried to help you remember. But the voice said you wouldn't. It said you'd just be confused. It said that's how it works. When someone else takes over. My name is Alex Morrison. I'm 10 years old. And by the time you read this, I might not exist anymore. But I was real. I promise I was real. And I'm sorry I couldn't stop it. I've spent the last 3 weeks trying to rationalize this. Trying to explain it away. Maybe the head injury caused false memories. Maybe child me had premonitions of the accident and it manifested as paranoia. Maybe the diary is describing dreams I had and forgot. But none of that explains the handwriting. None of that explains the perfect daily entries. None of that explains why the diary stops the day of the accident and never resumes. I think the Alex who wrote this diary died in that car accident. Or went somewhere else. And I, whoever I am, woke up in his place. So that's why I'm asking you to check your childhood journals. Your old diaries. Your notebooks. Because what if you're like me? What if you're not who you think you are? What if the real you left clues, trying to warn the person who would wake up in their place? I've started having dreams. In them, I'm 10 years old again. And I'm writing in a green diary. And I can hear a voice, my voice, but older, telling me what to write. Telling me to document everything. To leave a record. Because soon I won't be here anymore. Last night, I started keeping a diary again. Just in case. Just in case I'm not the only one who's been replaced. Just in case it happens again. Just in case whoever wakes up in my place needs to know they're not crazy. That they're not me. And that they were real. They were real. Even if no one remembers. Today is December 28, 2025. My name is Alex Morrison. I'm 28 years old. And I'm starting to hear a voice again. It sounds like me. But older. And it's telling me to write everything down. Because I'm going to forget. Check your childhood diaries.